I played basketball, when I went to the park, I didn't go to the park in a suit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to play basketball. Suits was always, in my mind, you wear suits to funerals. I was like, man.
By the way, don't gloss over that. That's a big deal.
Yeah, the NBA was.
Here we have Exhibit A, guys. This is Exhibit A. Black culture, for some reason, has this indoctrination that the only time that you need to have a suit is for funerals. The only time that it would benefit you to own or invest in a quality suit is for funerals. And most of you won't even do the quality part.
Seeing like this hip hop guy, like I love hip hop music. I love the hip hop culture. And what we end up finding out was it was over 50, 60, 70% of the guys that did also.
Yes, of course.
So then once I started doing it, then everybody else started doing it, like, oh, we can do this. This is how I want to dress. You know, I don't want to wear no suits. So then everybody started doing it. You see even Kobe with the baggy clothes on and the diamond chains, and David Stern was like, oh no. No, no way. Then that's when they implemented the dress code. When I played basketball.
So this is example one. We have a black man who's proud to be dressing like a hood, basically. The baggy clothes. Yeah, you know what era Allen Iverson came in. The baggy clothes, the you know what I mean, the looking like a gangster, like a thug. And that's all good and dandy, but I'm just saying, let's just take a look and examine how he's so proud to be doing something that's negatively impacting black culture. Because guess what? At the end of the day, he's an example. And when people look and see someone like him saying, oh yeah, well, I think it's cool to dress like Pookie. I think I want to dress like Pookie. That's crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I talked to my father about this years ago because he always wore a suit when he was a teacher. He's still alive. He's a teacher, and he always wore a suit. And I asked him why one day, and he said because it was his way of showing respect for the student.
I don't know.
He dressed well because it was his way of showing respect for the students. Now, Jordan Peterson is not, he's obviously not black. He's obviously not black. But this just goes to show you in other cultures, they do not have the same mindset. They don't have the same mindset. And guess what? The people that do are not the top of society. It's not like, oh, you have to literally wear a suit everywhere. It's not like we expect you to be wearing a suit when you're sitting watching TV with your girl and your kids. We're not expecting that. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about knowing that as a black person, as specifically the black men, this is specifically the black men, you know that you have a perception and a stigma around you, right? So you have to make the decision of whether you want to embrace that stigma or you want to resist that stigma. And the only way to resist that stigma is with an opposite stigma. Do y'all remember that event in Chicago or Chicago, I think it was, where all the black men dressed up and they were lined up, hundreds of black men in suits, dressed well. And there were women that were sitting there pulling up, talking about, oh, but are they doing for their kids? What are they doing for the community? What are they doing all that? You have so much stacked against you. It's so many odds against you. Why do you have to help it by feeding the Pookie narrative? What's so glamorous about being Pookie outside of hip hop culture? Even the white people, even in general, white people support hip hop music more than black people do because they spend money and they buy the tickets. So guess what? Why are they able to listen and consume this music without turning into degenerates? Why are people in other countries able to listen to hip hop music without turning into degenerates? Black culture has a problem, and that problem is itself. It's itself. Because at the end of the day, you guys will sit up and say things like, he's trying to push a European narrative. Oh, he's trying to he's dressing like the oppressor. Oh, that's the oppressor's clothing. Oh, the white, you just trying to be white. Since when was dressing well ever considered dressing white? So Martin Luther King didn't wear suits whenever he stepped out. He didn't wear suits when he did his speeches. Malcolm X, you never saw him without a suit on. Malcolm X was more down for the cause than any of you fake activists. But yet and still, guess what? He presented himself well. That's one thing. Hate them or love them. One thing I say about the Nation of Islam, at least they know how to present themselves and don't look like Power Rangers like the Hebrew Israelites. They dress like Legend of Zelda characters. But that's neither here nor there. I digress. But black culture has a problem, and that problem is itself. Why is it glamorous, or why is it something to feel shame? Why are we taught to feel shame? Indoctrinated to feel shame by presenting ourselves well. And then when people come and try to present a better way, oh, he acting white. Oh, he dressing white. Do y'all want help? That's a silly question. I know there are some of you that want help. And that's why I created the book that I created, The Art of Dapperness. This first volume of The Art of Dapperness focuses on the suit, because the suit is the most powerful weapon that a man can own. Your wardrobe, your image. It speaks a lot about you before you even open up a word. The first thing that people see. But it's not just about getting a suit. It's not just about having a suit. It's also about wearing a suit. Not letting the suit wear you. Knowing what colors are appropriate for what setting. What fit are you going for? Things like lapel size, button size, number. Whether you should get double vents, no vents, or single vents. All these minute details work together to create a canvas that is a masculine frame. That's why a suit is masculine, because it's designed that way. It's designed to make you appear more attractive. It's scientifically proven. How long are y'all gonna keep letting life pass you by? Opportunities pass you by. You're gonna draw attention anyway. Why not draw it the right way?